And now, Whitney Media 1460 WVOX presents Westchester Means Business with Marcia Gordon. Marcia Gordon is the president and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester. Now, here's Marcia Gordon.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is John Ravitz, the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer for the Business Council of Westchester, pinch hitting for Marcia Gordon today. For those of you who might not know about the Business Council of Westchester, we are the county's premier business membership and advocacy organization, and the BCW's top priority is to help create economic opportunity for all in Westchester County. Our goal is to help our members by helping them develop and build their businesses, by helping them build relationships, by helping them get in front of the key stakeholders that can help them do just that, as well as continue to advocate for them on all levels of government. To learn more about the Business Council, I hope you'll go to our website, which is www.thebcw.org, and call our office at 914-948-2110. One of the things that's so exciting about working at the Business Council of Westchester is that we have such a diverse group of members. And we have members that really provide services for the community, provide services for the region. And our guest today, his business actually does all of that, as well as helping businesses become better in terms of team building and helping their employees' quality of life. And our guest today is Al Morales, who is the president and CEO of Yorkville Sports Association. We'll call it YSA for the rest of the show. Let me give you a brief bio on Al. He founded YSA in 1978. A company that combines his passion for sports, belief in teamwork, and history of community service by facilitating corporate sports leagues and helping foster camaraderie and wellness within companies. In 1998, he also founded the United Athletic Association, a not-for-profit that serves recreational, adult, and sports leagues for New York City. In addition to his work with YSA, Al's longstanding community service projects includes work with the Vietnam veterans, the National Puerto Rican Forum, the American Red Cross, Greater New York and Puerto Rican chapters, and Habitat for Humanity, as well as a whole host of others. We're very excited because Al now is taking his passion, his energy, and a real successful work model from the east side of Manhattan. And for those of you who have listened to the show before know I used to represent the east side in the assembly, so I'm very proud to always call Yorkville home. But Al's taking that business now and bringing it to Westchester County, which is thrilling to us. So, Al, welcome to the show.
Hi, good afternoon, John. Thank you for having me.
So talk to us a little bit about YSA. I mean, obviously, you came up with an idea, but you saw a need. Talk to us about that.
Well, I actually, I used to be a counselor for many years. And when I stopped counseling, I decided to buy a small store in the neighborhood of Yorkville. And I played for many teams, softball, after I stopped playing baseball. Long story short, one of the local leagues asked me to take over a 6-team community league. And I put an ad, as a business guy, I put an ad in the paper, and I got all these calls from, Major League Baseball properties were the first to call. And all of a sudden, CBS, and on and on and on and on. And, of course, we kept the community involved. We didn't just go corporate, so we have a mixture of community teams and corporate teams, which is great. And so everybody's invited. Individuals are invited. And so it kind of happened on its own. Mm-hmm. I wasn't expecting it.
So you started in 1978. Talk to us about the growth. Talk to us about the number of corporations that wanted to get involved. Talk to us about the number of teams that you saw and the different sports that you certainly offer.
We started out with softball. And when that grew within a year, 12 months, we went from 6 teams to 100. In a few years, we had 500 companies. And then we expanded to volleyball, basketball, and touch football. And now we offer all of that, including flag football.
And so you started, your base obviously was the Yorkville, east side of Manhattan.
East side of Manhattan, and Old Germantown.
Old Germantown. I remember going to the Old Dutch Deli on 2nd Avenue for many, many years.
Tremendous food.
Oh, God. Teddy was the chef, and he always used to say, "No one will cook for you better than I will."
He was right about that.
But he was great. But obviously, you were reaching corporations and businesses of all different sizes. How did that work?
I did a lot of pounding, pavement pounding. So I went to the local bars. We put out flyers. We were looking for teams and large and small companies, Fortune 500 companies and small companies and individuals, community centers. Lenox Hill Association put a team in, which is wonderful for me because my background is counseling. I love bringing people together from all walks of life and all businesses. So it's been a nice ride.
Mm-hmm. Our guest this afternoon is Al Morales, the president and CEO of Yorkville Sports Association that started in Yorkville on the east side of Manhattan, but now is coming to Westchester County. Talk to us a little bit about how you would go into a business and really talk to them about what the ROI, return on investment, would be for their businesses if they got involved with your organization.
Well, the biggest thing that happened was that within a year, the feedback I was getting from players and some company CEOs that actually played, sponsored the team and played on the team, was that the staff was communicating a lot better. They seemed a lot happier. And certainly they were playing once a week, and then when they played volleyball, they were playing twice a week. And they actually, some reports, I got a few reports that they were less sick days. And most importantly, the team was getting along better. They were communicating better, both on the field and at work. And so people got to know each other.
Right. So you use sports as a way to help businesses build morale, build camaraderie, as you said.
Right.
Be able to hopefully be able to take the good feelings that they have, even though they're competing on the sports field, and bring it back into their office.
Absolutely. At work, sometimes you ignore co-workers, but on the field you can't. You got to work as a team, and that translates back to the office where you start to communicate. You continue to communicate. So that's really good for the business.
And I'm sure that also helps in terms of retention for employees. If employees see that their employers are actually coming up with ideas outside of the box, creative programs that they can benefit from, that probably helps.
It's a win-win situation for both the company and the employee.
So again, our guest this afternoon is Al Morales, the president and CEO of the Yorkville Sports Association. Al, as our listeners are hearing more about your program, could you give them your phone number and your website?
Sure. It's 914-962-8390, extension 10. And our website is ysaleagues.com. That's ysaleagues.com.
And talk to us a little bit about your staff. I mean, how many people do you have employed? Obviously, you need volunteers, you need umpires, the referees. How does that all work?
Well, the core of my staff, and I want to say hello to Tom, Wendy, and Jen over at the office. They're holding down the fort as they do every day. Those are the hardcore workers. And we have some seasonal workers that come in part-time, high school, college interns that we bring in. Actually, they get credit for learning business, how to run a business. And then we hire an organization of officials, which is pretty big. They handle assigning 50 games a week.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
And then your staff oversees the interns as well as...
They oversee the interns, the daily complaints, the daily phone calls, the standings, the results, the game cancellations, the weather. We handle quite a bit.
This is John Ravitz. I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the Business Council of Westchester. Our guest this afternoon is Al Morales, the President and CEO of the Yorkville Sports Association, a new member to the Business Council of Westchester, which we're so grateful that they've joined our organization. So talk to us a little bit about the move to Westchester. I mean, obviously you had a base in Manhattan. You were working with fields and other facilities in Manhattan. When did you make the decision to come to Westchester?
About 24, 25 years ago. Okay. We've been in business this April, 40 years. We'll be. We started in 78, and when I decided to have a family, we got married. We came up to White Plains, and from White Plains we wind up in Yorktown. And maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, we started expanding and doing leagues in Yorktown. And it's been building very nicely. We started with individuals again, and folks are very happy. The feedback I'm getting, someone we met over the weekend said, "I love this league. This is so much fun. I mean, it's social. There are some competitive levels for guys that want to be competitive and girls that want to be competitive, but there are a lot of social recreational leagues.
And when you say individuals, that means it's people. You're putting individuals on teams.
On teams, we have an open scrimmage. People call us and say, "Can I play?" I know you have a corporate team. I said, "Yeah, we have an open scrimmage each summer in April. You come down and
this is for softball.
Yeah,
okay,
for softball, and we get you on a team."
Mm-hmm. And then, how are you in terms of, as you had such a good model that was successful in terms of attracting businesses and corporations from Manhattan? How is that working now in Westchester County?
Incredibly interesting. The name, it's been around a while. There are some folks that live in Yorktown and in Westchester, quite a few that played in Yorkville and second generations. I got a call not too long ago from one of the team managers said, "My dad played with you." So we have second generation guys playing. The word of mouth has been tremendous. Mm-hmm. It's just incredible. Mm-hmm. And we do a lot of marketing in town. Mm-hmm. We put up posters. We send out mailings. We try to, keep everyone aware of what we're doing.
And so you've been concentrating in Yorktown. What facilities do you use there?
We use the town facilities on 202. We organize now for the town of Yorktown. We're organizing their softball. And we also use fields on Route 6 by Navajo. Mm-hmm. And we're also using some fields in Cortland.
Okay. And as you have made, I guess, your base in Yorktown, are you looking to expand to other parts of the county as well?
We'd love to. If they, wherever the need is needed, we like to work with organizations. We don't just organize events and take over events. If there's an organization, if there's a parks department that needs some help in organizing their events, we will be there to help.
Our guest is Al Morales, the president and CEO of the Yorkville Sports Association. We'll come back to ask Al more questions about his exciting organization after the break.
With business news at 20 past the hour, here's the latest update from the Fox Business Network on 1460 WVOX.
From the Fox Business Network, on Wall Street, stocks are mixed in afternoon trading. And in an attempt to turn itself around, action camera maker GoPro is cutting staffers and expects a sharp decline in fourth quarter revenue. This after facing weak demand for cameras during the holiday season. The disappointing outlook sending shares today tanking on Wall Street to an all-time low. GoPro expects a 37% drop in revenue from a year ago, which falls short of Wall Street estimates. It's also cutting its workforce by more than 20% to fewer than 1,000 employees. GoPro also says it will stop making aerial drones due to stiff competition and regulations. And pharmaceutical giant Pfizer is ending research on a new treatment for Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, which will lead to 300. The move to end the neuroscience discovery program follows an internal review, with job reductions primarily affecting employees at facilities in Massachusetts and Connecticut. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Barsky.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Experts warn of a stock market crash any day now, and you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings again. But you don't have to lose a penny. There's a better, safer way to save for retirement, and you can learn about it in a free report. This method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
VOX. Now Westchester's only community station.
1460 WVOX.
Now back to Westchester Means Business with Marcia Gordon, the president and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester on 1460 WVOX. Once again, here's Marcia Gordon.
And this is John Ravitz, the executive vice president and chief operating officer for the Business Council of Westchester, pinch hitting for Marcia Gordon today. To learn more about the Business Council of Westchester, please go to our website, www.thebcw.org, and feel free to call us at 914-948-2110. Our guest this afternoon is Al Morales, who is the president and CEO of Yorkville Sports Association, a wonderful organization that really helps businesses by doing team building exercises and camaraderie-ship and helping to raise the level of camaraderie-ship through sports. And I'll just spend a few moments talking to us a little about the different programs and sports that you provide.
About 4 or 5 years ago, we started golf. We got involved with a restaurant golf league, and then we quickly opened it up to the general business, any business. Mm-hmm. So we have a bunch of CEOs that play golf every other week and travel around Westchester and Rockland and Putnam. And sometime in the spring, in July, we take an overnight over to the Hamptons. It's a great league. That's a really fun league.
And I'm sure that the CEOs who are participating and the business owners who are participating, they're also using golf, as golf is known to do, to help build relationships, to help their businesses as well.
Absolutely, and it helps with employees. They bring in their assistant manager. They bring in, occasionally they bring in their leading staffer, staffer of the month. Mm-hmm. So it's just a great opportunity to gel with staff. And
obviously golf is, it's not a 1 hour game. It's if you're playing 18 holes, it can take 3 to 4 hours. How do you work with the local golf courses to be able to block out that amount of time?
I have to give credit to Marty Mann, who actually runs the league. Mm-hmm. I'm his treasurer, and he has a long-standing relationship with golf courses that goes back to 1993. And when he started this league, Mickey Mantle Restaurant and Mickey played in the league, a lot of really stars. Mm-hmm. So he's got a long-standing relationship with many golf leagues. They know him around many courses. They know him everywhere. He sets all that up.
Great. And if people wanted to learn more about the whole program, but specifically about the golf, where would they call, and your website again?
Okay, they would call 914-962-8390, extension 10. They can find us on the web, ysaleagues.com. That's ysaleagues.com.
So, you've talked about some of the sports that obviously teams, people know how to play, and people obviously, teams can be formed fairly easily, whether it's softball or volleyball. Talk to us a little about kickball, and how has that emerged as a sport that actually corporations and their employees want to participate in?
Pretty interesting that kickball and dodgeball have become a corporate sport. It's just a totally social game. And, of course, we have a social level in softball also, but kickball and dodgeball can be social. Dodgeball gets a little more competitive at times, but kickball is totally social. Everybody loves the idea, everyone can kick a ball. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, everyone can go to the bar and to the restaurant and sit down and socialize for a few hours and meet some new people.
So I know you can play kickball outside. Can you play dodgeball outside as well?
No,
we do the inside?
You need an indoor facility. Right. We're thinking about it. There are some ways to do that. Mm-hmm. If we have an enclosed area with a netting system, it can be done. Mm-hmm. We're thinking about that.
And then again, as the businesses form these leagues, is there a rotating schedule that you play on, so that if, say, the Business Council of Westchester had a kickball team, we would have a schedule a month out, knowing who would be playing each week?
You'd have a schedule for it's 13 weeks, okay. Or you could decide to play in a 6-week season. Sometimes 13 weeks is too long for some companies, and you like to go with a 6-week season. So you get the schedule for the whole season. So you're able to schedule your vacations, your meetings, so that you don't miss out on any important meetings.
And obviously, when you're juggling all those balls in the air, and that's where you talked about your dedicated staff, especially if you're playing outdoors, Mother Nature can sometimes be a major obstacle in your way. How do you handle that in terms of rain delays or rainouts and everything else, and notifying the businesses?
Well, it gets tricky usually in April when you generally it starts to rain right around 5 o'clock when teams are getting ready to go to the field. So the way we handle that is that, and we don't know exactly how much rain's coming down and how bad it's going to be, so we have the teams appear. On days like that, you have to make an appearance, and the officials are there, and they will make a decision on the field. That rarely happens, so that, it's not much of an inconvenience, but it happens.
Okay. Well, again, it's a lot of balls to juggle in the air, and you have a staff of how many?
Well, we have three staffers full time in the office, and then I have a staff in Manhattan. I have other coordinators that are part time, coordinators, high school or college interns. So in the summertime, we go to about 10 staffers.
Well, again, we're very excited that the Yorkville Sports Association has joined the Business Council of Westchester. We have businesses of all sizes, but obviously they're always looking to do things to put their employees first and to give them different outlets in which they can continue to grow as well. And I hope that people who are listening to the show today, and as you participate more in Business Council of Westchester events, will learn more about this program and participate. Because
Absolutely.
I think one of the key things that we do for our members, as I said at the start of the show, is really try to bring people together to help them build relationships. And you're in the relationship building game. And
That's
it sounds
what I
like
do.
You've been doing that for 40 plus years. So
Yes.
I think you will be right at home. Before we go, if you could give us your phone number and website one more time.
Okay, it's 914-962-8390, extension 10, and ysaleagues.com. That's ysaleagues.com for the website.
And if corporations and businesses want to sign up for the leagues, they just supply you with the roster, and then you guys put the schedules together. And obviously, as you said, there are different levels of competition.
Exactly. There's a recreational league that's just for fun, and then it moves up from there. There's intermediate, advanced.
And are all levels co-ed?
There's co-ed levels, and there's men's levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they give some flexibility for the business as well.
Absolutely.
Which I think is important as well. Our guest this afternoon has been Al Morales. He's the president and CEO of the Yorkville Sports Association, YSA, a member of the Business Council of Westchester, and we're very grateful for that. We look forward to working with Al and seeing his program as it's done in Manhattan now expand in other parts of Westchester County as well. To learn more about the Business Council of Westchester, please go to our website, which is the www.thebcw.org. That's www.thebcw.org. And give us a call anytime at 914-948-2110. Our goal is to help businesses of all sizes develop their businesses, help them grow, and hopefully bring more economic development to Westchester County. This is John Ravitz, the Vice President and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester, and we'll see you again next week.